Welcome back to Halftime Report on CNBC-TV18. As of now, what we're seeing is that the realty pack continues to do well, and especially in the realty side, we're seeing a good up move coming in a lot of these real estate names. So let's keep an eye out on that. Phoenix Limited, so they also reported their numbers. We have DLF that's managing to hold on to very strong gains, as well as Prestige Estate. That is something that we'll be keeping an eye out on. On the flip side, Nifty FMCG today, that's a bit of a drag that we're seeing, and Colgate Palmolive, Imami, ITC, they're the drags on the FMCG side. Though Godrej Consumers managing to hold on to good gains. Radico Khaitan, that's also managing to hold on to gains of more than 1% in today's trading session. So that's what we're keeping an eye out on. Sterling Wilson, Gravita India, Schaeffler India, these are some of the names that are also managing to hold on to gains, and this is in the broader end of the market. So that is what we'll be keeping an eye out on as well. But a lot that's happening in the world of commodities. And let's go across to Manisha to take us through an interesting chat that she's planned for us as well.
Vinny, thank you so much for that. And joining us on the segment right now is Mr. Praful Vithalani. He's chairman at All India Sugar Trade Association. Mr. Vithalani, hi, thank you so much for joining in. First of all, your sense on the sugar prices itself, because when you look at the international markets, it has been constantly declining. As far as the Indian sugar prices go, it has been more or less flat to negative. And there also has been conversation about how there is not so much sugar demand this season as well. The whole festival season has gone by and we haven't seen demand pick up. How have you read overall supply and demand scenario, especially for the Indian markets?
I would like to say in two ways. One is that season 2024-25 is a thumb rule. We usually have a 6 million ton closing stock. This year we are 2024-25, we will be having 4.5. So the price will increase and it is coming down. But as far as 2025-26 is concerned, which my office has done a poll on Saturday, based on to that, if in case government now do not accept the long back demand of the industry for increasing MSP for domestic sale, ethanol procurement price, though it is like becoming a habitual of asking from last 2-3 years to the government. But in case if government doesn't accept this demand, there will be a horror show in sugar trade. There will be excess carry forward in India and entire sugar sector will collapse. According to my office poll, we are having opening stock of 45 lakh ton of sugar. We are expecting, as per my poll, is 360 lakh ton of sucrose availability for 2025-26. Maybe it could be more, but not less than 360. It looks like as on today's. So that will be total availability of 405. 290 will be our consumption. So we are left with 115. Of that, 35 will go for the diversion for ethanol. There is nothing is left for excess than that. So we will be closing at around 8 million metric ton. 8 million metric ton. And this is, I'm telling you, without accessing, the recovery and the yield, which we will come to know in December end or in January because of the season is delayed. And the numbers which are being predicted in the month of November, they are subject to error of 8% plus minus. But in January, it is have only 2-3%. The real picture will come in January. Before it get damaged, the government should immediately, even should not waste 1 or 2 days, allow 1 million ton export permission. We know that there is no parity, but at least psychology that will help. Secondly, the demand of 3-4 years of increasing MSP, if it is also not increased by 15th of November, the price will collapse like anything because the sugar millers, we don't have the money power and their sales above the release mechanism, that will be become another distress selling in the market and price will collapse. The ethanol procurement, our advocacy is to the point and very clearly that last year corn was imported and there was no saving for our forex earning. But then also they are being paid 71 rupees per liter and the founder, the foundation, the 40,000 crores investor, they are being given 65-66 rupees. So it is injustice to the sugar sector. And if such things happen, it will be very much difficult for sugar industry, sugar trade, farmer, and I am saying for government also. There are 7 assembly elections, including this Bihar one. And if such way, if the sector is ignored, then it will be definitely going to affect even the government of India. So what I feel personally, 3 things, yes, immediately should be done. That is MSP for domestic ethanol procurement price hike from the tender which is done few days back. And of course, the export being allowed. If such things happen, it's fine. Either sugar sector is going to be a collapse one.
Big problems, especially when it comes to profitability within the sugar space. I also want to come to the demand part of it now, and the sugar demand in the country seems lower as compared to previous year. Would you say that that seems to be becoming a bit of an issue as well? I understand ethanol and export are one part of it, but the Indian demand itself during the festivals did not see a hike.
No, no, Manisha, that's a wrong advocacy to get some policy which we don't like. See, there are now in poll, there was no differential on 2 opinion. We were having 80 lakh ton of opening stock. We have produced 262. We have closing stock of 45. If this all 3, there are no difference, then where the 289 sugar is gone. We have 297 of dispatch, 8 lakh ton for export and 289 for domestic consumption. Okay. Domestic consumption has not gone down, and we are looking that domestic consumption may be around 290, 292 in 2025-26. There is nothing worry about the consumption as such.
All right. I'll move on to the export part of it. And you yourself said that 1 million ton of permission immediately perhaps would do well for the sentiment, even as there is no parity in the international markets. It's not just India that we're looking at. We're looking at higher production in Thailand and Brazil as well at this point in time. With where the prices are lowest in many, many years, trading around that 15 cents a pound right now. What is your sense from the global cues?
See, global, there is definitely a, surplus of 4 million ton over there. What happens in India, we are asking that 1 million metric ton. This is from November to January. If the excess supply by the sugar mills dropping by 3-4 rupees more than the real actual price, at that time, window will open for export also. So it will not collapse such a lower level that it is become an horror show. So why 1 million ton is required immediately to check these people, the person who are selling more than the given monthly mechanism.
Allotted quota.
Yeah, so that is the thing. And we are currently, the sugar industry is at a higher price giving for sugarcane in world. Highest price retail in sugar, that is because of the release mechanism, because of the MSP in the domestic market, because of the ethanol. These are the few fundamentals which cannot be ignored by the government.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Praful, as well as Manisha, for joining us today, talking to us about everything that's happening in the sugar industry. Thank you so much for joining us. But Tata Consumer